Hi everyone, and we are live. Happy Saturday. I am on live today to talk to you guys about a really interesting topic and an interesting perspective. I think that you're going to want to stay to the very end. I'm going to try to make this one a little bit shorter, all right, for you guys. Let me clear some of these things. They always show up. I don't know why they do that. There we go. Okay, we're going to talk today about, I want to share with you guys about cravings. Okay, so think about something that you have cravings for. Like, it's either, maybe it's chips, maybe it's cookies, maybe it's brownies, maybe it's chocolate, maybe it's pizza, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's wine, maybe it's beer, maybe it's gin and tonic. Okay, so think about something that you have cravings for. And now normally what you guys would think that I would say about cravings is, we need to like, you would think this is bad. It's so bad that I have cravings and I wish I didn't have these cravings and I have these cravings again and I just can't get rid of these cravings, right? And they always seem to be for not really like the nutritious, life-giving, energy-producing, cell-boosting, and health-promoting fueled foods, right? So it's always something outside of that. And I want to talk about your cravings because I want to share a perspective that's really, I think, going to expand your mind and really change your mindset about cravings. And it is that cravings are not the enemy. They really aren't the enemy. Cravings are so helpful. They are so helpful. And I want to share with you what I do when I have cravings. Cravings, I'm going to read a quote to you actually. Let me find this quote. Joshua Rosenthal, who was a director at the school that I went to, he said, cravings indicate imbalances in the body and are actually incredibly helpful in guiding us to ideal health. So they're actually incredibly helpful for guiding us to our ideal health, kind of like a smoke alarm, okay? Kind of like a smoke alarm. So cravings indicate imbalances in the body and are actually incredibly helpful in guiding us to ideal health, kind of like a smoke alarm. So what I want to share is that contrary to what you've been told, cravings are not the enemy. In fact, cravings can be very, very helpful. And whether it's ice cream or whether it's alcohol on a Friday night or wine on a Tuesday night or chips or French fries or pizza or brownies or chocolate, think about what it is that you crave and, how they are helpful and how they are not the enemy is because cravings, just like Joshua said, is like a smoke alarm. They help us identify imbalances in our life. What I mean to say is that you can look at your craving and examine it from a different perspective. Instead of being like, 5 pounds later, I wish I didn't do that. What we can do, and what I encourage you to do, is to lean in to your craving, all right? Lean in. Don't check out. Don't check out and just slam it back. Pause. You have a craving for something. It's not something that is life-giving and energy-producing and cell-optimizing, and all of that. It's not a fueled food. Pause. Don't mindlessly, that's one of the things, is not to be mindless about it. Pause and examine lean into what's going on in that very moment. Why do I really need wine right now? Like, why do I really need like 3 glasses of wine? What's going on there? Let's lean into it, okay? Instead of doing it mindlessly, having the ice cream, having the wine, whatever it is, let's lean in. I encourage you to lean into your craving and examine it and decode the message. So, like a good mystery novel, there's a message in all of your cravings, and each and every craving has a message for you from your body, okay? And it will help for you to tune into your body and discover what this mystery is, what the message is, what is your body trying to tell you, because you deserve to discover what uniquely nourishes you, because what your body is doing is filling in with a substitute, junk food, booze, sweets. It's filling in with a substitute, something that you are not fulfilled in, okay? So it's so incredible when we slow down and pause and listen to our cravings, what they will decode and teach us about ourselves, all right? They're so helpful. They are not the enemy. They are not the enemy. I say it again, they are not the enemy. They are telling you something from your body, and what is it, right? So there's something in your body, mind, or spirit that needs more nourishment, and you are just using this craving as a crutch to fill in that nourishment. So imagine that you could lean in, find out what it is that would help you maximize your health and your happiness on the other end of the mystery, okay? On the other side of the mystery, on the other side of the craving, on the other side of the alcohol or the alcohol binge, there is a craving that needs to be filled in your body. And we need to find out what it is. You know, you need to make that, if you could, make that a top priority to find out what is this answer to the mystery. The result will be an expansion of your life. Sorry, it's another thing coming up. An enhancement of your life, an expansion of your life that this particular food or junk food or alcohol could never give you, ever. It would never give you the nourishment and the fulfillment and the satisfaction that you need from whatever is going on behind the scenes, the mystery behind the scenes that we need to decode what this craving is telling us, because again, it enhances your life to find out what's on the other side. Got it, guys? So it could be being dissatisfied with a relationship. It could be being bored. It could be feeling stressed. It could be having the wrong exercise routine, too much, too little, you know. It could be feeling uninspired in a job. It can be not having a spiritual practice. It could be feeling lonely when you get home, even if your house is full of people maybe, right? It could be mourning and grieving. It could be so many different things, right? But it could just be boredom. It could be dissatisfaction with the relationship. It could be no time for self-care, that you haven't made time in your busy day, because that's high performance professionals. You know, we're chock-a-block, every single moment is filled up. You know, we don't always remember the self-care, and then that brownie becomes our substitute self-care, you know? So that's why I'm a big fan of self-care Sundays. Sunday is a day I try my best to not work at all and to really relax mind, body, and soul, and take the time to care for myself, because I perform at a very high level, and I show up to my life at a very high level, and my work and my practice and everything at a very high level. And so I need that self-care. So instead of, you know, not giving myself any self-care time, and parents especially, you guys, you know, time for yourself isn't selfish. You know, we need to, again, come from that cup that's full, that's overflowing. You have to do that by honoring yourself and what you need, right? So all of these different potential items of your life, this could be what's going on. So having dissatisfaction, imbalance, and all those other things, I'll say that again, having dissatisfaction, having an imbalance, being not satisfied, being you know, lonely, all those different things can contribute to eating for reasons other than fueling our body. You know, we can use alcohol, we can use foods and snack foods and junk foods as a substitute for entertainment or to fill a void, right? So something to think about there. And I want you, if you can, to next time lean in. This is something, I'll share an example that happens to me. I am a non-drinker, not a non-drinker, I hardly drink. I don't have alcohol in the house for probably past 10 years. I didn't drink for 6 of them at all, like nothing at all. And then I started to have a little wine here and a little champagne here, but no, nothing more than that. You know, what I find is if I would like to go, if I made plans to go out dancing, say on a Friday night, and I have worked so hard during the week and I feel so good and I'm satisfied, and I know that, like, with me, 6 o'clock comes around because I'm up at the crack of dawn, you know, I'm all doing these things. I'm a very passionate, very passion-filled person, a very purposeful person, and I bring everything, like, and not like a pushing, but like, it's all in me for all this energy and stuff. So by the evening comes around, I often on Friday, if I've made plans, I'm ready to take a bath, tuck in, do some yoga, and go to bed and restore and replenish my energy stores to have a beautiful weekend, right? If I made plans and I feel like I need to go out and do the things that I said because I committed to them and I'm a woman of my word, and, you know, I want to be in line, have integrity, that when I commit to something that I'm actually going to show up and do it. And, you know, there was this instance recently where I felt I had this incredible craving. I knew I needed to go to sleep. I knew it. I'm just like, I could feel every cell of my body saying I need to go to sleep. And so I decided I need to sort of substitute energy. So I got some Moscato, and that is a very low alcohol wine, but, you know, it could have been sugar for some people. It could have been, gosh, brownies. It could have been anything, spirits and like energy drinks and energy bars and Coca-Cola, for goodness sake, right? So like any kind of pop, you know, something that will boost, artificially crutch and boost up energy or just keep you going. And sometimes I actually just, that's actually sometimes when I realize I'm actually tired, my body's need is to go to sleep. So that was the purpose. That was the craving that I had. I was thinking, oh, I'm kind of craving wine. So I had like 2 glasses of a Moscato for the sole purpose of staying energized in a fake way. Because I committed to this. I have to do it somehow. And that is what I'm telling you. Then I looked back. I did the wrong thing. I made a mistake, and I look back on it and I think to myself, I know why I had that craving. It's because I was really sleepy. What I really needed was rest. So where in your life could you actually take a nap? Could you say no to something and rest? Stay in, put on your PJs, tuck into your cozy bed and put on some lovely music, or some good music, some relaxing music, or no music at all, maybe just complete silence, right? Like, what could you use more rest? You know, what can we decode your craving as? Like that cookie, is it love? Is it belonging? Is it homesickness? Like, do you need something? Is it stress, that you just want to unstress yourself, and that instead of, you know, going to a therapist or, you know, speaking to a health coach, or, you know, untangling the stressful situation, you're having a cookie or a box of cookies, right? So what we're able to do, okay, with cravings is find out the root cause, and by tackling the root cause and not letting this thing fester and fester and fester, it starts with, you know, 5 pounds, you know, in a month, then it goes to 20 pounds in a year, you know, and then it goes to 30 pounds, and then it goes to 50 pounds, and then it goes to 100 pounds. And by then, you're so out of balance, it's a lot of work to come back into balance. And we need to find out what that craving, why are you craving these foods? And then we can tackle it. I love tackling a challenge, you know, head on. And this is huge in weight maintenance. I can't tell you how important it is for optimal health and the maintenance of your ideal weight is to unpack and untangle what's going on, to see yourself where you are. Like, this is my situation, I really feel this, I really need this is the, then to untangle it and to work through it. They say the only way out is through. And I am a really, really, really big fan of that statement because it's so true. When we work through something, there's a gift on the other side, and the gift on the other side, first of all, is that we didn't eat our way to console ourselves and make it feel better by creating a second problem that really never fixed the first problem. And it's just become a thing, right? So, it's so beautiful when we can look in and become interested in our stuff, and then find a specialist if that's something that we could use to help sort it out. And when we sort that stuff out, boom, 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 cravings gone, cravings gone, cravings gone. Wait until you get your chance to nap or give yourself self-care or a vacation or change jobs or whatever it is. Some of them are going to be bigger and some are going to be smaller, but all of them are going to enhance your life and make it better on the other side. And it's going to just flick those cravings away, flick it away. So I believe that you probably already know what your cravings are, exactly the foods and the breadcrumb trail going back. What is the craving telling me? What is it telling me? Okay, decoding it. It's like a smoke alarm, as Joshua said in that quote that I read. A smoke alarm showing us that there is a fire somewhere, right? And what is the fire? What's going on? Something needs to be untangled. It's not the enemy. It's the smoke alarm, okay? It's the signal. It's letting us know, hey, from our body, okay? Hey, Agatha, hey, there's something going on here, right? It's like the 10th brownie you had. What's going on, right? And instead of pushing it away, so many people are just shoving it under the rug and they're gaining weight from this unresolved, untangled stuff, and it's just so beautiful to actually say, I'm done with it, and lean in and mindfully go, why am I eating this? Why am I here in the middle of the night at the fridge? What's going on? Here I am with a bucket of ice cream. What's going on, right? And not in a judgmental and get mad at yourself and get feeling guilty and feeling upset at yourself and punishing yourself and, next 2 days you're not eating anything because you've done it again. No, you guys, to optimize our health, it's to see ourselves in an interesting light, to be interested in us, interested in yourself, interested in who you are, what's going on with you, and, not in a critical light, I would say in an interested light, One thing that's, definitely comes up in sessions is they're like, Agatha will not judge you. I put French fries in the picture and she was like, so it's really, first of all, people are their own worst enemies in terms of being a judge on their own, and a critic of their own behavior. Already, it's such a big thing that people do is beat themselves up. And hey, let's stop doing that. And let's see this as really how interesting of a human we are and what's going on with us. And once we can resolve what's going on with us, this will fall away. This will fall away. I have learned that through my experience time and time and time again. This isn't a problem with ice cream. This isn't a problem with wine. This is a problem, you got to go upstream. What happened upstream? If stuff is happening and people are dying drinking from the stream down here, and there's a lot of disease and disorder when you start to drink from the stream, you got to go upstream and see what's stuck upstream or what's going on up there. That's how I look at things. And so that's how they're not the enemy. We decode the mystery, we find out what exactly is going on like good detectives, and enhance and improve your life from there. So yeah, I wanted to share why cravings are good. And trust me, as even though that might sound like a big challenge, trust me, this is a good thing. When we lean in, when we hear our body speaking to us and we listen and we see it and we untangle and unravel and we just like, you become the most authentic version of you. Do you know how much untangling I've done in my life, to become the most authentic, highest version of myself? Really a lot. I swear, so much. So it's been a beautiful and incredible journey going through everything that I've had to go through, and coming out as me, Yeah, so it really is incredible, I promise. And so that is why cravings are not the enemy. So look into it. You're gonna have fun. All right, and if you'd like me to help out with that, I can. And actually, oh my gosh, I should say, there's a whole 2 modules one on detoxing and one called I Quit Sugar and Beyond. It's really about releasing what does not serve us. So in my 16-week program, we go through this together and you release what does not serve you, because these things, they do not serve you. And by doing so, you enhance your life. In so many ways. So second point, because I want to make this one shorter. I'm not good at that. So second point is Friday night and how it is setting you up for a subpar weekend. So that time that I told you about recently happened. And you know what? I had 2 glasses of wine, and this might sound silly, but that really affects how I feel. It does sort of boost my energy, and I've got energy and whatever, but I had a really substandard, like a terrible night of sleep. The next day, I had to be on my game, and I didn't sleep well. I had dragged my body way too far on that Friday night. So Friday night, if you've worked all day already, and then you're going out additionally and putting alcohol into your body, and I know people put in even more than I just, I'm talking about my experience. People have put way more. So your body isn't prepared for an amazing weekend. You are not setting yourself up for success for Saturday and Sunday to be, really like restorative and fun and playful and feeling good and, having a lightness of spirit and lightness of being. You're not going to have good sleep, because even though you might fall asleep at like 2 seconds after Friday night, you might be so exhausted you just crash. You're not having that restorative sleep. It's not restorative sleep. So, your body's still trying to play catch up Saturday morning. You're not feeling fresh and chipper and like ready to go, right? So what I just would like to point to about Friday night is we've had a long week, and a lot of people feel that sort of pressure to make it something fun and go out and let's go to the bar and let's do this. And so I've just had a respectful disregard for how people view Friday night overall. I love to go dancing, but it's not really been my like, yay, the work week is over, you're gonna go binge drink, so and even if that's not you and you're still just sort of extending, I think it's so important to get our rest. That's where I'm going with this. So instead of loading our body, jamming our body up with toxins and stimulants and depressants and whatever, and staying past when our cells really are interested in staying up till, we just take the time and rest and restore ourselves when we feel that that's intuitively what our body actually needs. It's a game changer. It's such a game changer. And some people do sort of feel they have more energy in the evening, and that's not a problem. They feel boosted all night long, just on whatever. I'm such a morning person, so I do feel it's an incredible, almost excruciating extension to my day. If I couldn't ever imagine, like if I go till 3 o'clock, it's almost a 24-hour day for me, with the time I wake up. That's a long time to keep being awake, and it's not in line with my circadian rhythm. So what I'm trying to say is, enjoy your Friday night. What's fantastic in Bermuda is the like earlier happy hours that go till like 8 o'clock. or if you can do till 9 o'clock, and then make sure you're in bed by 10 o'clock. I think that that's, and I've always, not always, but definitely for the majority of my adult life, that's been me. So even at 26, I was like, oh, would rather go to sleep, and get my rest. And then when I, power up, maybe on a Saturday evening when I'm not working all day or whatever, right? So, something to think about. Is Friday night compromising your weekend presence? Is it? Or or giving you a subpar energy, sleep, and presence, performance. If you work on Saturdays, I work on Saturdays. I love what I do, so it's cool. So is that late night on Friday setting you up for not what we're going to call optimized or energized? Think about it, and think about your cravings as well. I'll leave you guys with that, and take care. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and a very happy Self-Care Sunday to you. I hope that you get a chance this Sunday to do something that really shows your body that you prioritize yourself, your body, your energy, your health, your well-being, just that you have a really good one, all right? Take care. See you in the next video. Hey, so you made it to the end of the video. I have a lot more that you're going to enjoy. So be sure to click on the next one, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as smash that notification button so make sure that you always know what's happening. This is Agatha for Fueled, and I will see you in the next video.